Over there.
Lucky there was no fog. I'd never have found this.
Well, she doesn't seem to have arrived yet. I suppose we are doing the right thing, aren't we?
You can't justify curiosity.
But her homework.
A bit of an excuse, really, isn't it? I've seen far worse. The truth is, we're both curious about Susan, and we won't be happy until we know some of the answers.
You can't just pass it off like that. I thought I was just being a busybody. I'd go straight home. I thought you agreed she was a bit of a mystery.
Yes, but I think you'll find there's a very simple explanation to all this.
Well, I don't know how you explain the fact that a teenage girl does not know how many shillings there are in a pound.
Really?
Really. She said she thought we were on the decimal system.
Decimal system?
I'm sorry, Miss Wright. Don't be silly, Susan. The United States has a decimal system. You know perfectly well that we do not.
Of course the decimal system hasn't started yet.
Suppose she couldn't be a foreigner. Doesn't make sense. Nothing about this girl makes sense. For instance, the other day I was talking about chemical changes. I'd given out the litmus paper to show cause and effect.
And she knew the answer before you'd started.
Well, not quite. The answer simply didn't interest her.
Yes, I can see red turns to blue, Mr. Chesterton, but that's because we're dealing with two inactive chemicals. They only act in relation to each other.
But that's the whole point of the experiment, Susan.
Yes, it's a bit obvious, isn't it? Well, I'm not trying to be rude, but couldn't we deal with two active chemicals? Then red could turn blue all by itself and we could get on with something else. I'm sorry. It was just an idea.
She means it. These simple experiments are child's play to her.
You know, it's almost got to the point where I deliberately want to trip her up.
Yes. Something like that happened the other day. I'd set the class a problem with A, B, and C as the 3 dimensions.
It's impossible unless you use D and E.
D and E? Whatever for? Do the problem that's set, Susan.
I can't, Mr. Chesterton. You can't simply work on 3 other dimensions.
3 of them? Oh, time being the 4th, I suppose. Then what do you need E for? What do you make the 5th dimension?
Space. Too many questions and not enough answers.
Stupid, or just doesn't know. So we have a 15-year-old girl who is absolutely brilliant at some things and excruciatingly bad at others.
There she is.